Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Week 4, Fantasy Football TDMC. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm not real psyched. This is starting to turn into kind of embarrassing situation for my team. Currently in 10th place, 0-4. Winless situation for me so far this season. Last week I lost to All Blacks. You can see here 101.98 to 106.68 points. Congratulations All Black for the win. Just can't pull it out. It seems like I had a good week. 101 points, almost 102. Everybody did pretty well, except for this guy. But we just picked him up. He had 107 rushing yards, 12 receiving yards, which isn't bad. I mean, he did better than they. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing. So yeah, he did pretty well. B. Cooks from New Orleans, not very good at all. Or Calvin Johnson from Detroit, horrible. And at this point, I just don't really, I've got a lot of good players. I've got some decent players, I should say. I'm just starting to wonder if I'm going to be able to fine tune this thing or not, because every time I make a move, this seems like one guy steps up. If you could see here, Steve Smith Senior from Baltimore had a huge monster game of 25 points, 139 receiving yards, 2 receiving touchdowns, pretty damn good. And of course, Bennett from Chicago, my tight end, who I sat down a couple weeks ago, had a pretty good week of 13.4 points. Delaney still beat him out, so he's going to be our front runner right now for our tight end position is Delaney. Anybody who stood out here for All Blacks team, we had a monster game with Joey Flacco, 25 points, big game for him. 3 passing TDs, 3 rushing TDs. Flacco's doing it, obviously, right there. Who else did he have? Frank Gore. Come on. I didn't watch that game. I usually don't like watching San Francisco unless they're playing the Cardinals, but it looks like they finally got Frank Gore to run some balls, huh? And catch. Hopefully they don't keep going with that, because I'd like to see San Francisco lose about 8 more games this season. Alright, so we'll just go over to the overview. League overview real quick. I'm trying to figure out a way where I can trim these videos down. You don't have to hear so much of my BS. It's not like it's all a bunch of necessary stuff anyways. So it looks like we have a 4-way tie for first place between Not All Blacks, These Nuts, Jersey Reapers, Grim Logic, all at 3-1. 5th place looks like they have Agapu 2-2. 6th place Short Bus 2-2. 7th place Wife Beaters 2-2. 8th place Road Kings 1-3. 9th place All Blacks 1-3, and 10th place me 0-4. It's just, it is what it is. It's looks like it's not going to be a great year for me. Probably will make a couple of moves here. Let's go ahead in my roster, and we'll go. I guess before we make the moves, let's check our matchup for this week, so we can see how we stack up before and after. So this week it looks like I'm playing against Road King. He's 1-3 in 8th place. They have him projected at 100 points. Me, 86.44. Right now he's the 64% favorite to pull one off. Excuse me, I'm feeling kind of crunchy today. My lungs are a little fried. That fire, smoking too much fire. So let's show our bench players. See if we got to make moves here right away without within our own roster. He's gonna go running back from Kansas City, projected to get 2.66 points. We'll probably bring in Andre Ellington back in since he's back from his bye week. Does he have any standouts? Looks like he's got DeMarco Murray at 18 points. That's gonna be hard to beat. Dallas is stepping up quite a bit, and he has the other running back for Kansas City. He's going to be getting 12 points, maybe 13 projected. So yeah, I'm gonna have to step up my running back core a little bit. We'll go down and make some moves on that one right now. All right, so everybody, it looks like everybody's doing pretty well. There's a couple 1-3s, and then there's 0-4 like me. And I don't know if any of this is helpful to you guys who are having a bad season like me, because obviously I'm not really producing yet, am I? Now Ahmad Bradshaw. I picked him up last week, and he seems to be pretty good. Maybe number 1 or number 2. We're gonna bring in Andre Ellington though, and compare the two. And just that move right there brought me up like 8 points to 94. Who else should we? Let's get rid of Brandon Cooks. I think we're probably gonna let him go altogether. Steve Smith is probable versus Indiana. And just for now, we're gonna bring him up to replace Brandon Cooks, who we're gonna get rid of anyways. And why would that drop me 93 to 93? Why? Why would that? Brandon Cooks is not. He has not been consistent. I don't understand why that would make me. Anyways, we're not gonna worry about it. Because quite frankly, it's to the point where it's just hit or miss, and we just don't really know. Check out the waivers list here. Everybody's still, I guess, pretty much claimed. And all free agents will be placed on waivers when their game for the week is scheduled to begin. Free agents on a bye week will be placed on waivers when the last game of the week is scheduled to begin. Yeah, I still haven't figured out when the perfect time is to doing that for the sake of video. I'm thinking it's Wednesday. I guess I'm starting way too early on a Tuesday morning. I'll go back to my roster. I forgot about my defense that I can switch around. Sat Arizona last week because they had to bye, obviously, so they weren't going to produce anything. And I know they're not picked to do much better this week because they're playing Denver. But I'd still rather have him in there. Just look at that, drop me down. Not good. They don't think I'm going to do well here this week, which I can't really say I'm going to argue much about it. I just don't feel it. I'm not feeling any of this from any of my guys right now. Like Calvin Johnson, come on, man. You got to step up. They're playing against Buffalo. It should be pretty good. Pretty good shot for him to score pretty well. Let's hope that works out. So yeah, there's week 4's final results. I'm kind of jumping around here a little bit, but as you can see, I lost to All Blacks. Road King won against Exulis pretty soundly. I think that might have been the biggest blowout of the week. We'll see if we can pull that up. 129 to 80. Not All Blacks lost to Jersey Reapers 80 to 98. I got Pooh won 113 to 94 over These Nuts. Short Bus had a pretty low score in week 47 versus Grimlogic's 80. I think that's because probably he had some guys on bye. He may not be actually really active in keeping his roster moving, but doesn't seem to be hurting him much. 2-2, he's doing better than me. He's in 6th place. So what the hell can I say? You know what I mean? Just one of those things. So yeah, so they're projecting Arizona to have a rough day. 2.2 points against Denver, which, come on. Denver's got a great offense, right? But they're going to get more than 2 points. I'm almost willing to bet the farm on that. We'll see, though. There's really not a whole lot move-wise I want to do right now because I just can't find it. I can't find my fucking rhythm here. And all these guys are just not stepping up to the plate when they should be. So I think we're just going to leave it. I mean, what else? What can I do right now? There's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of free agents out there that are going to step up my points considerably. Unless I see somebody just sitting here, which is, probably not going to happen. Just off the bat, let's just run down real quick. Maybe I could pick up a quarterback. I don't know. All available players, free agents only. I probably don't want to see free agents because these are guys that are not going to be picked up at all, or they're not free agents at all until tomorrow. Anyways. Yeah, so hey, if there's something else I could do up in here that would make maybe these videos a little bit more interesting, things that you can maybe suggest to me, any trades anybody's looking to get done, throw that up. Carson Palmer is coming back probably this week versus Denver. I don't know. That's a big maybe. Stanton's doing pretty good. Obviously, Carson Palmer is their chosen starter. He might be a good pickup. I mean, compared to what I got going on now, he hasn't really done much because he hasn't played for the last 3 games. Josh McCown, he's out. Alex Smith, he's doing all right. Eli Manning, probably not worth it. He's having a rough one. Johnny Manziel, whatever. He's got 0 points. I don't know if they're going to be working on getting him playing at all this year or not. Geno Smith, Fitzpatrick, I'm not seeing anybody who's at the top of the list. Bradford, obviously, gone for the year. EJ, they just sat him, starting Kyle Orton, so he's not going to be playing. Mike Glennon, not really feeling him. Tampa Bay, I thought they were going to do a little bit better this year. He does have a pretty good shot now that McCown's injured, so he might be a good move as a number 2 spot just to see, because he see what he did last week. 19 points. All right, so he's actually probably been playing for 2 weeks. It looks like they put him in week 3, and he got 10 points, and they got him at averaged right around 14 for the rest of the season. So not great. Probably not going to pick him up. Blake Bortles, he should be starting. Did he not start already? Okay, he did start. Look, that's not bad numbers right there. Rookie. 14s, 15s. That's a bigger pickup than Glennon. Let's see. Blake Bortles, 29 of 37. Passes 253, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Week 4 loss to San Diego. I don't really think I'm going to make any moves. Quarterback. I don't feel it. Teddy Bridgewater, I had a good feeling about him before the draft. So, and he had a pretty good, what was this, 23 points? He had a pretty good debut, or I guess not a debut, but a pretty good starting. I don't know if he started week 3 or not, but anyways, these are things that I could do right here to try to add a little spark to my dismal team, but I'm just not feeling it, dude. I'm just not. I'm just going to pretty much leave it the way it is this week. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. See if anybody's got any messages that they've posted. Everybody's doing pretty well except for me. So everybody's got to win this season except for me. No new posts this week. Nobody's got anything to say. There's no smack talking going on. Here's the biggest blowout from week 4 was Road Kings versus Wife Beaters United. 48.42 point win margin, pretty good there. Road King, and that's who I'll be playing against this week. So we'll see if he'll whoops my ass like he whooped Tony's ass. It's not looking good right now. 100 to 89, and I apologize for the lack of excitement in this one. Just really, I don't know what else I could do. I mean, I could make some moves at defense. I could make a move at kicker. But why? I think I'm pretty much dialed in now to the people I want. Now I could make some moves here. Stagnant people here. Maybe we could make some moves. Let's see if we can pick up somebody to replace this guy. This is crazy. Look at this. He had 22 points week 2, 17 week 3. This week I picked him up 11. And then they have him down. And I don't know why, dude. Like, okay, Jamal Charles is back in the lineup, so that shows you he's not going to be getting as much play. Looks like, okay, we could probably get rid of Terrence West. This shows him probably being a number 3 there in the Browns running back core. So, who do we have? Anybody good? Anybody worth picking up in the running back scene here? Probably not. Probably not, but you just never know. You got to stay vigilant. Darren Sproles, we did not get him when we tried to get him. Let's see if we can pick him up now. I know we tried to make a move a couple weeks ago to get him, and that would be nice to pick him up for the position that we're getting rid of at a lower end. Anyways, so we're gonna try to get Darren Sproles, trade him out for Terrence West. This could be a good pickup. We'll see how that goes. Create and claim. That would be a good pickup to add some injection of points to my lineup. Brandon Walker, we're gonna get rid of him too. Receiver, we're just not. Haven't had anything out of him. He's very slow moving points there. And what do we do here? Do we add another quarterback just in case? Do we pick up a wide receiver? We're pretty not solid at that position, but Hakeem Nicks. Anybody have any suggestions here? Because I definitely, I'm going to be needing some help, it appears, in this season. Let's see who's up there for wide receiver. Maybe he's got some monster points we might be able to pick up. Brian Quick for St. Louis, right around 29. Not great, right? John Brown. He did pretty well last week. He's doing better than Brandon Cooks is by any means. He's a rookie, plays for Arizona. Had a pretty good, been having a pretty good season so far. 29 points is average, or yeah, for the so far, which isn't great, obviously, but he's a rookie. He doesn't get many looks. The looks that he has gotten are pretty big. So here's his week 3 game versus San Francisco, 17 points. So, and because I'm loyal like a dumbass, I'm going to add him. Arizona all day. So let's create the claim to get rid of Brandon Cooks, who was not doing much at all. And we're going to add John Brown, the rookie from Arizona, and see if he can add us some more points. So, created 2 waivers. It's about the average of what I do per week. I'm always trying to make a couple moves here. Tight end is still up and down. I'm going to leave that. I don't really see anybody worth picking up. I might check back in tomorrow to see who's available for agents to add to the tight end core. But we'll see. I'll probably check back in tomorrow just in case. As usual, everybody, good luck. Sorry for the uninterestingness. I'm just dragging my ass apparently right now into week 5. 0-4. It's kind of embarrassing. I got the worst record of the league. Good luck to everybody else. Yeah, we'll be back with you next week unless something big happens that I need to update for. Appreciate you guys watching and everything. TDMC for life. We are the departed. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, Road King. My matchup this week. And good luck to everybody else. Everybody's looking pretty good. I need some tips. Who's got some tips for me? All right, we'll see you guys later. Peace out. Thanks for watching.